but I'm a little embarrassed as far as the life goes.
Algae comes from nitrates and phosphates. You do eat a little bit more.
I don't know anything about anything, and these things are cool. I have a bunch of decisions to make floating up above. Don't judge me, all right? Eating already.
Hana Hui A Maui.
Aloha, my ohana. It is your boy back with another aquatic adventure. Now, if you're new to the channel, we talk about everything in the aquarium hobby. And before we jump into this one, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And next to that subscribe button is a little bell. Click that bell, turn it on. It's just a notification bell. It's going to notify you when I upload a new video. Best part about it is it's absolutely free. I'm going to show you my saltwater aquarium. Now, I have a 10-gallon innovative marine saltwater aquarium that's actually doing great, but I'm a little embarrassed to show you guys this, so don't judge me, all right? Let's go in and check it out. All right, here is the 10-gallon innovative marine saltwater aquarium. As far as the life goes, everybody's doing great. Jacques, my cleaner shrimp, he's doing his job cleaning. He's actually shed 1, 2, 3 times now, and that's a great sign. That means water quality is great. As far as my clownfish go, they're doing great. We got Nemo and Nemo's dad, Marlin.
Thank goodness. It's all right, son. It's gonna be okay.
All the corals are doing great, but as you can see, this is what I'm embarrassed about. Look at all that algae buildup. If you guys didn't already see it already, it's on the glass, it's everywhere. I mean, you can literally see it all over the glass. It gets in the substrate, it kind of settles on top. I mean, look at it. I know it's a sight for sore eyes, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a little embarrassed of it. That's why I wanted to keep it real with you guys, though. You know what I mean? Being transparent in the hobby is super important, especially for me as a fish keeper. It's just showing you guys that I am human, and I could have cleaned the glass and then showed you this awesome aquarium and be like, yeah, look at my saltwater aquarium, it's so cool, right? Well, that's not the case. We got to keep it real. Now, what I'm going to do is head over to one of my favorite aquarium stores, and we're going to try to get something to take care of this algae, all right? So with all that being said and done, we're going to head over to Aquarium Reptile Depot. So let's go ahead and teleport. I'll see you guys in a second. Just like that, we are here in Citrus Heights, California, at none other than my home away from home, Aquarium and Reptile Depot. Now, when it comes to freshwater fish, your boy knows a thing or two. And when it comes to getting rid of algae in the freshwater aquariums, I know that too as well. Now, there's all types of fish and critters that get rid of algae. One of those being the Siamese algae eater, hence the name. Very simple. Not only that though, a mono shrimp is a little shrimp that takes care of algae. And then on top of that, you got the world famous nearite snails, which is a snail that eats all the algae up in the aquarium. And then of course, everybody knows the pleco. The pleco is another algae eating fish in the freshwater aquarium hobby. Now when it comes to saltwater, your boy knows zero, nada. Stingy with De Niro. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to salt water. So I had to come here to Aquarium Reptile Depot. We're going to get the owner, Jason, to help me out on picking out something that can take care of the algae in my saltwater tank. Now, I do give a big shout out to all of you guys out there that have been helping me in this saltwater journey. You know I'm new to this, so I appreciate all your comments down below on telling me what to get for algae, maybe suggestions and ideas. So I really do appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to see what kind of options we have to take care of algae in the saltwater hobby. All right, we are here with the owner, Jason, and he's going to show us on how to take care of the algae problem I have in my saltwater aquarium. So what would you say is your first suggestion on, I guess, the common algae in a saltwater aquarium?
I mean, I would say that algae is pretty normal in any aquarium, so we always check water parameters, water chemistry. Generally, algae comes from nitrates and phosphates, so we want to make sure those levels are not elevated. Mel takes a good job of his tank, so that's probably not an issue for Mel. Then we kind of look at lighting, whether it's intensity or duration of time. That could be a potential issue. We're in the Sacramento area, so we're starting to get warm here, so even though our lights haven't changed, Mel's 880 has not changed, but he's probably getting a little bit more indirect light in his tank, so maybe that's why he's developing a little bit of algae.
All right, so we're gonna take a look at some critters, and maybe it'll give you guys some ideas too at home if you guys are thinking about getting into the saltwater side of the hobby, or if you guys are already in the saltwater hobby and you guys want an alternative. So, all right, let's go check some stuff out.
Yeah, let's take a look.
All right. Hey, Jason, before we go on, I have one of these cleaner shrimp here. Are these good for algae? I heard some shrimp can take care of algae. Are these one of those?
Well, they scavenge, which eats leftover food. If something doesn't make it, that's a good thing is they don't allow it to turn into nitrates or phosphates. So they do help indirectly, I would say.
Oh, okay. So they don't technically eat algae then?
Not generally.
Okay, okay. They also clean the parasites off of fish too, which is really cool. All right, I just had to ask a quick question on this guy here. These are the cleaner shrimp. All right, this is our first algae eater. This is an astrea snail. Now, what's the background on this little bugger here?
Astrea snails come out of Florida. They're great for algae on glass and rocks, as you can see. They're on the glass right now, and they're on the rock too. Smaller snail would work great for your 10-gallon. I would do a few.
Okay.
What I generally tell most aquarists is we're creating a cleanup crew, so we're gonna get a little bit of everything and then see if I clean up the algae in there.
Yeah, I definitely need something on my glass. Now, are these reef safe?
Yes, they are reef safe.
Oh,
so everything
great
we're gonna
news.
recommend, we're definitely gonna do that.
All right, so I was just informed that we can also use hermit crabs to get rid of algae too as well. So give us a little background on I didn't even know they had saltwater hermit crabs, man.
They scavenge as well, just like the cleaner shrimp that we discussed, but they do eat a little bit more algae. You just gotta provide them some extra shells as they grow. The shell doesn't grow with them, so.
Oh, you gotta throw some bigger shells in there for them to move into.
Yeah, or they might go after your living snails, eat those guys to go in their shell too.
Ooh, interesting. So like if I had one of those astrea snails and then one of these in there, they may take over the snail shell?
They might if you don't have shells or homes for them.
Interesting. Okay, so these guys will eat algae off the glass, Jay, or is it just more that's settled in the sand or something?
More on the sand and on the rock for these guys here.
Okay, so these guys would be good to like kind of stir up the substrate a little bit, the sand?
Yeah, they'll keep everything moving, not let anything settle, just kind of move along the whole bottom of your tank.
So I guess the only, bad thing, which isn't really bad, is you just got to provide bigger shells for them to move into.
Correct.
Interesting. Now, are they compatible with clownfish?
They are. They're actually in with some maroons in here. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at if I just scan up here and look. That was a dumb question, huh?
You're a moron!
My bad.
No.
Will they interfere with any corals?
No, these are reef safe as well.
Awesome. Check out these. These are actually called emerald crabs. Give us a little background on these babies. Man, these things are cool.
Yeah, so emerald crabs eat algae as well. They are reef safe. They will eat bubble algae if you ever get that in your aquarium.
Oh, that's good to know.
But they'll eat hair algae. They'll eat the diatoms too, and just kind of go on the rocks, and they won't bother anything.
Wow, that is super cool. They look like little mini king crabs. That's what they look like. Oh, these things are cool looking. All right, these are some more snails. These are called trochus snails.
What people like about trochus is they can flip themselves back over. So that's a good one. It's a little bit larger.
Yeah, they are a little bit bigger. I would say they're about the size of a quarter maybe. And they're reef safe too as well?
They are.
Okay, cool. All right, these are turbo snails. It's sort of like that movie. Remember that movie Turbo?
My name is Turbo.
These are a lot larger. I would say they're about the size of maybe a strawberry to give you a size comparison. But what's the background on this turbo snail?
Turbo snails are actually probably one of the more aggressive algae eaters because they're larger, so they have a bigger appetite. So, however, due to their size, they can knock things down. So that's the drawback. Completely reef safe as well.
So it has nothing to do with speed then, huh? Are they the fastest out of the snails?
They move at a good rate.
Yeah, this guy's
yeah.
chucking along, man, and that's a big old shell he's lugging around. So, all right, these snails are really cool. These are called Necarious snails. Did I say that right, Jay?
Yeah, that
okay,
sounds
cool.
good to me.
All right, Necarious snails. And now, explain these snails here.
So Necarious will aerate your substrate, which again will not allow anything to settle. As you feed them, they're kind of like zombies. You feed, and then they'll just come up underneath the gravel and then start looking for food.
So they bury themselves in the substrate.
They do.
Okay, so I just noticed I got a couple on Zoom there. Is that like an antennae or something that sticks up out of the substrate?
Yeah, I think it's an antenna or a feeler or something along those lines, like a little snorkel or something.
Oh yeah, snorkel. That's a great example there. Oh, okay, so these bury themselves in the sand, so they stir up the substrate too as well, so nothing settles.
Correct.
Okay, so if you guys don't want a snail or any type of like, crab, you can actually get a sea urchin. Now, what kind of urchin is this called?
These are pincushion urchins.
Okay, pincushion. Oh, hence the name. It looks just like a pincushion. Now, I noticed are they the same, or are they just two different colors, or?
They're the same. There's different color variations of them.
I like that one, that red one there. So these are coral safe, I'm assuming?
They are reef safe. They
Okay.
will put things, I guess, on their back for camouflage, I believe. So sometimes they'll pick up coral.
Interesting.
You can see they'll pick up shells.
Yeah, what is that?
Things.
Something's
Yeah.
on this guy's back right now. It's like a rock or something.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's interesting. And they eat algae, huh?
They do. They definitely help with the algae issues.
Now, do they just stay on the bottom, or do they go up on the glass?
They'll go up on the glass
Hold
as
on.
well.
Let me just ask another stupid question. There it is right there on the glass.
You are one pathetic loser.
I need to look before I ask. That is pretty cool, though. So they will go on the glass. They'll eat algae. They're reef safe, and they look cool. Now, how big do these things get?
They don't get much larger than that. I would say around like maybe 3 inches or so. In captivity is
Okay.
usually what I see them at the largest.
Wow. Okay. So would you say these are almost full grown or full grown?
They're getting there. Maybe,
Yeah, they look
yeah.
probably, if I can give you guys a size reference, guys, they're probably the size of a marshmallow, like a large marshmallow. I guess that's a good reference there. But these are cool. Look at those little antennae that are like floating up above there. In Hawaii, these are actually a delicacy. We call it vana. Yep. Your Hawaiians eat sea urchin. Hey, stuff tastes good, man, but I wouldn't eat these. These are a pet, okay? All right? Urchins are pets. All right, so I have a bunch of decisions to make. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get. You guys got to stay tuned. So when we go back home, we're going to release these critters into the saltwater aquarium. You see my boy Jason right there. He's actually getting something for me. He's going to actually surprise me. I just told him I can't even make a decision because I want them all. Stay tuned, all right? We're going to go home, teleport just in a second, okay? It's going to take me about 40 minutes to get home. For you guys, it's going to be about 10 seconds, all right? So I will see you guys back at the house when we would do the big reveal on the saltwater aquarium and see these algae eaters go to work, all right? I'll see you back home in 3, 2, 1. Whew, just like that, we are back home. I got to give a huge shout out to Jason and Jeff over at Aquarium and Reptile Depot in Citrus Heights. Now, if you're interested in go checking them out, I suggest you do. All of their links will be down in the description below. Go give them a follow on Instagram and YouTube. They're extremely active, posting on the daily. But I got to show you guys what I got. I got a whole bag full of goodies.
My goodies, my goodies, my goodies, not my goodies.
That's going to handle that algae problem. And not only do I have my fingers crossed, but I'm pretty sure that these guys here in this bag are going to take care of it. They're going to make that aquarium look brand new. So I can't wait. I'm excited to show you what we got. Got to give a huge shout out to Jason and Jeff again. Thank you guys so much. They hooked it up. So let's go add these goodies to the saltwater aquarium. All right, my Ohana, we are ready to show off what we picked up. Now, I do have my lens on the camera, so it's going to kill that blue light and show us a little bit more of the natural colors. But let's start off by showing off this crab. Yep, we got 2 green emerald crabs. We got one there, and then there's one back over there. You can see them kind of picking around in the substrate. That's exactly what I want, because I do have a thin layer of like algae on the substrate. Now, if you look over here, we actually picked up that sea urchin. One of them anyways. We got the red one, the one with color. The pincushion sea urchin, better known as vana in Hawaiian. But yeah, look at, we got a sea urchin in the aquarium. It's actually behind the rock. So if I pan this way, you can actually see, get out of there, Nemo. You can see him behind there. Let me zoom out. Ooh, look it. We did pick up 2 turbo snails. You can actually see one of them right there, another one right there. Those are those big snails there, along with the other snails that we talked about. Now, I could be butchering these other snail names. You might have to go back in the video and see what Jason said, because I know I'm going to mess it up. We did get some Nasserus snails and some Trocus snails, and the Astrea snail. Yeah, so we got a variety of snails. You can see some of them in the background there, and we let me see if we can zoom in over there in the corner. Oh, that's not a snail. That's actually one of the hermit crabs. We actually got some hermit crabs too. Let me go to the other side. There we go. We actually picked up some red-legged hermit crabs too as well. We also have shells for them too, bigger shells. So they have another home to move into. But yeah, I am super excited. We can actually say that this thing is full of life, and we literally got a little mini ecosystem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let these guys go to work, and I'll come back because I have so many like cleaners in here. We're gonna come back and see how good of a job they do. Look at the emerald, the green emerald crab. Look at it. It's already picking that algae and going through the substrate and eating already. Oh, they're already doing their job. Let's go ahead and give these guys a little moment to themselves, and then we'll come back and see what the aquarium looks like. Stay tuned. All right, my ohana, this is the next day. I waited 24 hours to let these guys settle in and go to work. Now, they did an absolute night and day job. Let me show you here. Look at, as we zoom up here, I took the blue light off. They got rid of majority of all the algae on the front here, on the side too. I don't know if you guys remember. If not, go back in the video and look at what it used to look like on the side here. You can see there's some algae back there by the wave maker in the back corner there. But as I zoom out, they're going to work on the rock, especially this front screen. Remember this right here in this area? There was a ton of algae here. So you got this big turbo snail going to town. All of the corals are thriving. They're doing great. They seem like they were a little stressed out when I added everything in here, but now they're just doing great. I took the blue light off so we can get a better look at it, but there's a little patch of algae right in that little area there. They did a number on the back wall. Now the back wall, you can't really tell because it's black, but I got some footage of the turbo snails going to town in the back, almost cleaning up the entire back wall. Now you can see the tracks. You can see where it's dirty and where it's clean, as they just pretty much went to town on that back wall. And then I got a little video of my Bob Marley corals, which are thriving, but you can see all of the snails here. They're on the top. I actually love the colors of the snail shells. I wanted to add that. It just gives, I don't know, this aquarium a little bit more life, and I love it. It's very active. My boys love the fact that, you know, they saw the emerald green crabs. Look at, there's one right there, and there's another one right there at the edge. He said, "Dad, there's crabs," because they had no idea. There's a hermit crab, red leg hermit crab down there, just going through the substrate. But look at the corals. All the corals are doing great. They are absolutely thriving in here. But I was super impressed. Oh, look at the sea urchin too. Pin cushion sea urchin right there in the back on the glass. There's a snail there too. It might even have one of those shells on top of it, because that's what they like to do, is right, they like to camouflage themselves and put shells on top of them so they blend in. It's so funny. But yeah, this is insane. They did a fantastic job. Like I said, it's not like perfect, but you know what, you don't want them to clean it perfect. You want them to have some algae, and I probably get new algae buildup like every other day before the cleaners, so I know the balance of algae with the critters that I have should be, I don't know, maybe perfect. I'm trying to gauge it right now, but we'll see. There's plenty of algae for them to eat, and as you can see, the fish are doing good. I'm going to turn on this blue light a little bit, bring out a little bit of the corals, the colors, but you can see there. Ooh, yes, pretty, pretty, pretty. All of the corals, GSP's doing good. My rainbow Yuma, the green, neon green hairy mushrooms are doing good. All of them. Great, great, great. But yeah, my ohana, I mean, I'm happy. I'm so happy. Big shout out to Jason and Jeff over at Aquarium and Reptile Depot. Thank you, boys, for hooking up my saltwater aquarium. Ohana, tell me what you guys think down in the comments below on the ultimate cleaning crew that I have in here. This is like cleaning crew 2.0. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys learned a little something. I know I did. Take care, Ohana. I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love and aloha.
Hana